Well, hey there, this is Ben Howard coming to you with this month's North Texas Real Estate Market Report, giving you all of the information you need about buying and selling a home here in North Texas. Well, things have gone a little bit crazy here in the boat. It feels like the front and the back of the boat are going like this, and we keep switching back and forth. I know all summer and in the spring we had talked about how sellers have all of the power. I mean, there weren't enough houses out there on the market, so people were coming in. If they wanted the house, they were bidding way over. We're talking 10, 20% over what asking was, and maybe more than it was worth, which makes it tricky because what they buy it for is what the next house is worth that's in there. But we've actually seen that we have a popcorn kernel right here. Anyway, we've seen that has actually switched here in the last few months, and we see buyers. Congratulations, you have the power. I've had a number of buyers that we've looked at homes this last year. They've kind of said, I'm not dealing with this crazy market. And I'm going to tell you, now might be the time if you're thinking about buying this year, maybe even the beginning of next year in the spring, it may be worth looking into it earlier than later. And I'll tell you why. Hey, but let's get over here right to the numbers here. We're starting off, I'm going to click back over here to the sales price. So we look at the sales prices. This one we had the big explosion this year and things went way up. I mean, look at Collin County way up here. The average in Collin County was $576,000. But we have, as we do this time of year, we have a little reduction in price. You can see over here, August, September, October went down. August, September, October stayed pretty level. August, September, October went down a little bit here. But what we're seeing is we started here in June and we are going down already. This is the market correction which is going on. Since there are a few more homes on the market or buyers that stepped out because they're like, I'm not going to deal with the higher interest rates we have right now, that houses are staying on the market and the buyers who are out there are getting picky. They're saying, we are not going to pay that much for a house. And now you can actually get away with it, especially in the higher price ranges. For example, my last 3 buyers that have gotten in here in the last month, they have all gotten in under asking, and most of these weren't on the market for a long time. These were fairly new listings. So we can see, congratulations buyers, you're starting to have a little more power again. But why is that? Well, it's because I'm going to go over here to the days on market. You can see here when COVID hit and things went crazy, things stayed on the market a long time. We had over here over 50 days before COVID. We had a little bit of a seller's market. A little bit of a buyer's market, my apologies. But it went down here with COVID. And eventually we got to, look, Denton County here, only 7 days on the market. On the median is 7 days on the market. So nothing was staying on at all. And we can see here the trend where we are creeping right back up. Now, I think it's going to continue that way. That's the normal trend for just the yearly pattern, that this time of year things stay on longer because people aren't looking. That's, again, your benefit buyers if you look this time of year, and it's creeping back up. So here's the main thing that we look at a lot of the time. The last one that I do is month supply. If we look at the month's supply of houses, this is how long, again, if nothing else came on the market, how long would it take at the current rate to sell the stock of homes that are out there? And a lot of people say when you get to 4 months, that's a neutral market. Here in North Texas, we don't get there very often just because so many people are moving to town. In my opinion, if you get around 3 months, that's as good as you're going to get when you're a buyer around here. And you can see in a lot of these places, we have really, especially the more expensive, we have crept right back up. We are almost to 3 months for Denton and Collin County. Tarrant and Dallas are still a little bit lower, around 2 months. But that is such a nice change because that gives you power. Buyers, you can get in there, and if you don't like the one that's here, there's another one right down the street which hasn't gone under contract yet. So the big question is it worth buying at this lower price if interest rates are higher? Well, I'm going to pull up here. Well, first of all, let's look at the interest rates right now, and I'm going to get back to the calculator here in a second. This is historically. I know I kind of feel like I'm a jerk sometimes when people say, oh, interest rates are so high. And I say, well, they're not that bad historically. And really, they're not. If you look where we are right here, the 30-year fixed rate mortgage is at 5.7. This is on the 30th. August 11th. Let's see if I can get back there. It's being touchy. 5.22%. I mean, back when we bought our house, I bought a first house right about here, and we were at 6.64. So historically, we're not bad, though we had some doom and gloom from the Fed saying, that the rates are going to be going back up. That's interest rates. It's not necessarily what happens with mortgage rates, because those they follow the 10-year Treasury notes, but there is a correlation between the two. So they are going to be going back up this next time. So all that to say, right now, rates are not that high historically, and we've taken a little dip recently. But I want to go over here, and I'm going to pull up this calculator so we can just do a little experiment. If we looked at a house just a few months ago, if we looked in July, June, and you paid $560,000 for it, I'm just going to leave a lot of this the same, say $10,000 down payment. By the way, remember, you don't have to put 20% down. You can put as low as 3% down. Put your home insurance in there, 30-year at 4.75%, which is about what it was. You can see up here your total payment. It's $3,714 and some change. Now, if we look at a house today, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change it to 5.75, even though it's lower than that right now, just to prove a point. But the same house that you got for $560, you can probably get for $500 now, which puts the price at $3,705. So like $9 lower, just because the interest rate is lower. And beyond that, if the house price, the purchase price is lower, you can actually put less down if you wanted to and buy the rate down even more. So if you put in, say, $5,000 and you get it bought down to 5.25%, all of a sudden you're looking at $3,500. So quite a bit lower than even if you had bought with the lower interest rates just a few months ago, you would have been paying more money. So all that to say, buyers, if you're thinking about it, in the next few months, house prices are going to go back up in the spring, and interest rates are almost certainly going to go up in the next few months. So if you're thinking about buying, hey, you might want to consider looking at it this fall and this winter, because prices will stay low, and sooner will be better because interest rates are going to rise. Hey, if this doesn't make any sense, I understand you don't do it every day. Feel free to give me a call. My information is going to be below this. If you're looking at an email, you can just respond to this. If you're looking on social media, you can comment down below or send me a message. Hey, but right now, buyers, congratulations, you're in a great place. But I'm Ben Howard, and this is your market report. Hey, I'll talk to you soon.